beauty, food, health, education brands, IICC Yashobhoomi Delhi on 18th and 19th May. Hashtag Franchise India 2024, where every Indian finds a business.
Neha, you'll have to unmute yourself. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you so much, Satyam. Thanks a lot. You're a saver. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this webinar of Business Opportunity over Chai. I hope that you all are having a happy Monday. Business Opportunity over Chai, as you know, that is presented by the Franchise India Brands Limited. The only aim to present Business Opportunity over Chai is to share with you a new business opportunity every day at 12 o'clock. Today, also with the same aim, we have come here and presenting a new business opportunity for all of you. But before we'll start discussing our today's opportunity, let me just run you through with the Q&A process. If you have any questions during the webinar, I request you to please keep sharing your questions into the Q&A box. You can avoid raising your hand. Instead of raising your hand, please keep writing your questions in Q&A box to make this webinar more interactive. We'll be taking up all your questions post our presentation. So during the brand presentation, just keep sharing your thoughts, keep sharing your queries and questions. Also, the interest of city. So with this, I would like to introduce you about our today's brand. So we have Mr. Satyam, who's leading this brand into Indian market in terms of franchising. Our today's brand is Tracy. They are world's #1 corporate training solutions organization. We have Mr. Satyam, who's leading this brand, as I said, into the Indian market. We have Mr. Andrew, who's joined here today on this webinar directly from the brand side to tell you more about the brand. But before we'll move to Mr. Andrew, I would request Satyam to take the lead and introduce us about the brand, give us a little input about the brand, and also introduce us with Andrew to take it forward from here. Over to you, Satyam.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Neha, for giving us the opportunity. And it's always good to be on a platform and talk about a new business opportunity. I see some familiar names. I see a lot of new names, and I also see we have participation from the Middle East region as well. So, hello to all the friends joining us from the UAE. And over the next 60 minutes, what we are going to talk about is not just exciting, but a very, very, I would say, if I have to say it in a very salesy manner, I would say it's a dream come true opportunity for us, from following the learning of, Brian Tracy, from, being at the door of Andrew for the last couple of years. Finally, we just don't get an opportunity to present or bring the brand to India, but the whole process that we underwent to kind of work together and partner and bring such a great corporate training solution to our region is nothing but a very, very fulfilling experience for us. So it's both emotional, both full of excitement. And now we are very, very excited about launching Brian Tracy Solutions in India. So friends who would know us, for the last couple of years, we at Franchise India Knowledge Services have taken the ownership of bringing some new age concepts, bringing business opportunities that are more focused on utilizing your skill set and experience and building a business around it. Not everyone wants to do a regular business opportunity, specifically if you're a seasoned professional looking at changing, diversifying, then maybe a coaching, consulting, training business is always a call. But while starting a coaching, training, consulting business is pretty easy, at the same time building it, making it a profitable, sustainable opportunity is always a challenge. And that's where you need a global player. You need structured framework and resources, and you need a lot of hand holding and training to make that dream come true for you. And that's exactly what we at Brian Tracy Solutions stand for. Our core focus is to help you build your ideal business, and the catch line here is together. We are in this journey with you. So throughout the process, in terms of whether it's about helping you explore the opportunity, giving you insights on understanding it before you invest in, or, you know, getting you ready in terms of your training, giving you access to our resources, programs, and thereby guiding you throughout this journey of building a structured corporate training business for yourself. That's what we at Brian Tracy Solutions stand for. So, you know, over the next, I would say, 60 minutes, we promise that, you know, we will not just educate you about the business opportunity, but we'll give you deep insights about how this industry is shaping up and what the potential in a market like India is. Uh, you know, Brian Tracy Solutions stands as a global leader in professional development, and it's created by the great legendary, you know, Brian Tracy himself, who, based on over 35 years of research, their programs set the standards for business education. You know, they own the legacy of introducing coaching and as a concept, of corporate training as a concept to the world. Their innovative methodologies are designed for maximum knowledge retention, and the system and business building tools are recognized all around the world. And I was recently at Kathmandu, and the kind of response that we saw towards, you know, people were so eager to know about Brian Tracy's solution. So it just shows that, you know, the reach is there, the awareness is there. Now it's just about integrating that product, bringing it to the local market so that, you know, people who are passionate about building a business in the coaching training space can make the most out of it. Now, Brain Tracy Solutions offers comprehensive content that addresses the needs of today's workforce, providing the knowledge and skills necessary to thrive in a rapidly changing business landscape. And there could have been no better person than, you know, Andrew Phillips, who's the managing director of Brain Tracy Solutions, who is joining us today all the way from Adelaide, Australia. But, you know, while I can say that, you know, Andrew has been in the coaching industry for over 3 decades, he has worked with thousands of businesses across regions. You know, he's built the Brian Tracy brand in over 80 plus countries, and very, very passionate about when it comes to bringing results to clients, bringing results to their licensee partner. But, you know, having known now Andrew for a couple of months, the way our interactions have been, and, you know, it's been such a learning journey for me as well. You know, there's so much to learn and absorb from him, apart from, you know, partnering with him on this great opportunity. So I can assure you, whether, you know, you get excited about the business opportunity presented today or not, but if you are focused with us for the next 60 minutes, Andrew is going to give you a lot of great insights that you can go back, implement in your lives, and get benefits out of it. So on that note, without taking much of the time, I'll invite Andrew to take it forward from here, and we are all yours, Andrew, for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Satam. That's a really nice introduction. And I guess with the screen here that I'm looking at you, so I'm not seeing everybody in one go, but I'll talk to you as if you're everybody that's listening. First, I would like to say that it's an honor to be here. I've had a relationship with India since the 1980s. So I think Satam has already given away my age, having been in this business for some time now. It's not 30 years. It's probably more like 20. But in saying that, we have had the privilege to come to India before. Brian and I have spoken there. I've delivered training in India. I've worked with Brian Tracy now since 2005, so coming up to 20 years, and it's a thrill really to be able to work with Satam and his team and effectively open our operation in India. I had very much planned to open in India before COVID. And COVID, of course, stopped everybody from doing the things that they like to do. And Satam and I have been working together for quite a while behind the scenes. And I can tell that even if this is not the business opportunity for you, I think that Satam and his organization are honorable, and you'll find a good business opportunity within the range of things that they offer. Today, I have the privilege to be able to talk about Brian Tracy Solutions. I'm certainly going to share a slide deck with you. I may share a catalog with you on the screen, and these files I'll also share with Satam. So if you're further interested beyond our conversation today, I'd be pleased to provide those files and make sure that you are able to see the information that we talk to. I don't think we'll talk for 60 minutes or anything like that, but maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have a look at some slide decks as we go. So in the first instance, I want to reinforce that I'm quite familiar with India. I love the culture. I love the people there, and I'm thrilled to be able to bring our programs to the marketplace. I think it's time. We're in the right place at the right time at the moment. India has grown a lot over the last 10 and 15 years, and it's ready for our kind of programs. So if you're interested in professional education and corporate training, organizational development, helping people with business planning, mentoring, training, we've got a set of world-class resources that are really quite easy to deliver to the customer. We show you how to do that. And we think we're ready for the market from Srinagar to Trivandrum, across to Chennai. We will be able to support many companies and be in the market for many, many years to come. So thanks again, Satam, for the opportunity to also present. I really do appreciate it. As I said, guys, I have been working with Brian Tracy since 2005. We have developed a retail model throughout the world. We have many different ways for delivering our training programs in the classroom, from a hybrid learning perspective and also an e-learning perspective with a flavor of AI in that particular model as well. We like to think that we're on the cutting edge of content and delivery methodologies, and we have the ability to talk to companies of all sizes, small right through to large, and to be able to meet their budgets and their timetables. So I look forward to showing you a little bit more about that. I run this business from Adelaide, Australia. I'm on a plane fairly regularly. I'm a little bit older, so I have a couple of grown daughters, and one is at university and one works for a big American company in Sydney. So I do get the opportunity to get around the world. I've trained probably 300 business coaches in our materials. I've also delivered training around the world from Central and South America through to all over Europe, United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, the UK. And I feel that our programs are extremely valuable to anybody who's interested in maximizing their potential. This could be a company, this could be an individual. The legacy of Brian Tracy is the understanding of the psychology of success. Why are some people or some companies more successful than others? And that's what we delve into with our training programs. Anybody who joins Brian Tracy Solutions as a licensee is thoroughly trained in our content, our messaging, our value proposition, how to talk to business owners, corporates, CEOs, anybody in the marketplace, how to talk to them, how to build a proposal that's successful, and how to ultimately deliver the training. As a business owner and an entrepreneur, when you're considering Brian Tracy Solutions, I do want you to know that you have the freedom to be the person that's in the front of the room and deliver the training, deliver it online. You also have the freedom to hire people who would be your trainers or perhaps your salespeople and scale and build a bigger business. In relation to most businesses that are involved in the franchise sector, Brian Tracy Solutions business is a little bit different. We're not really a company that seeks large ongoing monthly fees. I think that's wonderful in some circumstances. In our circumstances, we prefer a simpler, more entrepreneurial approach. And that approach is that essentially you're buying materials on a wholesale basis and you're taking them out to the market on a retail basis. You keep the profits. You keep the facilitation rates. We help you grow your business, use our sales and marketing resources, and we make our success from, shall we say, just simply the number of workbooks that you might order per annum. And we help you achieve the success that you want to achieve. Some people join us and they are interested in a part-time business. Some people join us and they're interested in a full-time business. It's a licensing and distribution business. It's your business and it's your ship, and we coach you on how to maximize it the way that you want with your goals. Well, I need to take a breath, use my mouse, and bring in some slides here for you. As I said, I'll go over these slides fairly quickly. I'm not a big fan of slides and burying you in PowerPoints. So Tam, just your feedback. Can you see that screen? That's all good? Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. I think of the participants on the call today, it looks like we have around 60 people, which is fantastic. Some of you know who Brian Tracy is. Some of you do not. So I'm going to assume that it's probably 50-50. And I'm going to just give you some basic information on Brian Tracy, the individual, and then drill a little bit into our business and, of course, the resources, the opportunity. So, look, Brian Tracy has been active since probably 1986. He is one of the world's foremost authorities on the psychology of success. I think he's a bit like the Godfather. He's somebody that everybody looks up to, including Anthony Robbins. He has been long-term peers with Stephen Covey, Zig Ziglar, Anthony Hopkins, Tony Hopkins, John Maxwell, all sorts of brands out there in the market and people in the market. People look up to him. And in my experience, he's one of the only people I've seen that actually is the same person behind the scenes as in the front of the room. I like his values. I like the simplicity and the pragmatism and the way that the information is conveyed to give you something immediately impactful to change your life, to improve the situation that you're in. And that's threaded through our training programs. So, legacy of impact. Brian's authored over 90 books. You can find these books in multiple languages across the world. I'm sure you're familiar, even if you don't know of Brian Tracy, with books like Eat That Frog. We have decades of proven success. We have over 5 million people that have been through our programs across the world in 30 years. So it's something that is genuinely time tested, and we know that we need to be involved in continual improvement and professional development. We cannot be idle, and so we love feedback and we love improving all the time, and that's part of our value and our culture. So a quick slide here about our points of differentiation. Yeah, as I mentioned, we have over 5 million people that have been through the programs. We offer behavioral assessments, training programs, strategic planning tools to help organizations. I have worked with your very largest companies. Wasn't that long ago, I was in India working with a thermonuclear company from Delhi with 15,000 staff. So you've got your big companies all the way down to small companies. Our materials will work for anybody. We provide comprehensive toolbox of resources for our licensed partners. So we do consider you a licensed partner. In saying that, we offer full independence for our partners in the way that you operate your business. The way we provide support is ongoing guidance. I'll show you our website in a moment. You can see some of the training programs and some places that you can further look at our material. Our clients, as I mentioned, they can be corporates, they could be small and medium-sized enterprises. They can even be other training companies because we can wholesale our materials to other organizations. They can be private individuals, they can be educational institutions and government institutions. So quite a wide range of customers. The business opportunity itself, yep, you can represent and be the face of Brian Tracy Solutions in your region. Leverage Brian's reputation. We certainly teach you how to win business without even mentioning the name Brian Tracy. However, in my experience, the name does open doors. It provides you instant credibility. Your autonomy is your business catalyst. We really embrace the entrepreneurial spirit. We expect our licensed partners to be self-motivated, educated, capable of being at the front of the room and capable of leading others. Not everybody makes the grade to join us. Frankly speaking, not everybody's interested in what we do. There's something suitable for everybody in the franchise market, and I hope that for some of you on this call, this is suitable for you. We can offer you exclusive rights to a region. Satan will talk about that to those that are further interested. That's what we call our master license for a particular region. We have trained employees from some of these big names. Once we're in with a company, we tend to stay in with that company. We tend to be considered a trusted supplier to that company. When I first started in this business, I was a little bit younger than I am today, of course, but the very most important thing for me was that in investing in Brian Tracy Solutions in Australia, I had a product that would be trusted, would provide the solutions and the value that is promised. I just did not want to be embarrassed about the product I sold out there in the market. And although I took a risk and I didn't know the true answers to that till after I was trained and after I won business, I'm very grateful to be able to say that the value proposition that I was told initially stood up and has remained valuable for the entire time that I've been in this business. So I know that we add a lot of value to people and companies, to decision makers, to business planning, to sales training, and that's what I'm most proud of. That we're not here selling things that don't work, and we're selling things that actually do work and add long-term value, and people thank us for transforming their companies and their people, their culture, their productivity, their efficiencies. So we've got a big library of programs. I can discuss that in a moment, but we cover a diverse range of industries and topic matter. We pride ourselves on the excellence in the content. When it comes to you and considering a new business opportunity, we certainly seed your success. We help you with business planning, what your growth projections are, and we invest with you in terms of having a partnership and the support. If you're successful, we're successful. Again, kind of not like the traditional franchise where we depend on ongoing fees. So it's really about that partnership and the ordering and the wholesale to the retail component. Tam, I've never talked this much consistently for quite some time, so bear with me. I might even take a glass of water in a second. It's not as hot here as it is in India, but being from Adelaide, I certainly am familiar with how hot it is for you. And I'm sure you guys have all probably even seen some cricket down here in December and January, and you know that it is 40 Celsius. And those people are out there in white playing cricket for 5 days. So I know what it's like. So I hope you're in a cool place. More towards our programs now. Just here, it's probably evident that we can deliver programs in the classroom. We can deliver them online where we're coaching people, and we can even deliver them in a fast-moving e-learning methodology. No matter how we're delivering them, our value and our promise is that we can get our customers return on investment. The value proposition is really tied to the way that we teach the programs, the adult learning methodology that's employed. We're successful because this methodology builds the retention of the information. The retention means that we get sustained behavioural change, and that's the key. If we can get people's behaviours to actually change, we get return on investment for the people that are investing in the training programs and paying us to do a job and supporting their company and their people. So that's really the essence of the value proposition, and that's why we've been as successful as we have throughout the world. Our programs range from single-day programs to multi-day programs that can be delivered across the course of 2 days, perhaps spread out over a month, perhaps spread out over a quarter, or even spread out over a year. Most companies kind of want to get something done. They want to get a return on investment. The most popular programs we have really at the moment are Perform at Your Best, which is this one here. Superior Selling Skills is also very popular in different parts of the world. Perform at Your Best really is about us achieving more. It addresses why we come to work, what are our personal and professional goals, what habits do we have that perhaps are holding us back from maximizing our potential, right through to how to set personal and professional goals and why we do, why we don't. I guess the psychology of success, again, I mentioned it a few times, but that really is the essence of the Brian Tracy Solutions programs and its messaging into the market. So we've got a catalog. We can easily provide you programs. We can customize programs for companies as well. We're very strong when it comes to behavioral profiling. These are hiring and performance assessment tools, and they look at a range of different behaviors. We like to look at how we communicate, how we can learn to communicate with others that are perhaps a little bit different than us. We can measure children's behavioral profiles. We sell a lot of this particular assessment into schools. This would be big in India, given the emphasis on children's education. We've got sales intelligence assessments, emotional intelligence assessments, leadership assessments, and they form, shall we say, the early component to a successful partnership with a company. We like to assess the people, and then we get the opportunity to customize the training for the company. So personalized coaching is often something that comes into play, perhaps with a leader in the first instance of an organization, but certainly it comes into play after we've delivered a program, as I said, over a day or over 2 days or over a month or 6 months. So you become, shall we say, a coach and a consultant and a mentor to staff after oftentimes you've delivered training. Well, this is almost the end of the slide presentation now, and I'll perhaps share a couple of other digital assets that you can have a look at to build up your knowledge of Brian Tracy Solutions. You've got me here. I've got a partner in Europe. Satam should be on this slide. He's our partner in India. Dr. Jennifer Rogerson is our partner in assessments. And I'll leave this up on the screen for a moment. I want you to contact Satam. If you want to contact us both, please do so. Please include me. My email address is right here. So that's aphillips@briantracysolutions.com. Satam, if I have a couple more minutes, I'll just demonstrate a training catalog.
Sure.
We'll jump into some.
We'll
jump into some questions. So we've got all of the assets, all the marketing and the sales resources that are required for success. as you'd expect and hope, all the way through to being able to develop your business and all of the things that we've learned. And the beauty of franchising and licensing really is that somebody's made a lot of mistakes before you've arrived and you've invested. So we can eradicate a lot of time and a lot of mistakes that you can actually easily make. Again, here is a bit of an overview of all of the programs that we have. And so doesn't matter what they are, but I can supply a catalogue. Satan's got this catalogue, and you can have a closer look at the different sorts of training programs we have. And lastly, if we jump forward a little bit, Brian Tracy Solutions has a retail face. We receive a lot of inquiries from businesses that are interested in our programs, and this is where they come to find out about us. We probably receive 5 or 10 inquiries every day from this particular website. You can have your own website, but I wanted to show you that the 3 forms of training. You've got team training and all of the different programs that are there. There's videos and places that you can go and listen to people. We've got online learning. That starts with hybrid learning. And hybrid learning looks like this, with all of the different courses that are here. And to give you a practical example, at any one time right now, we have 100 people training in this particular program online. And they do a module, they write out, they're working in a workbook, they're looking at some videos, they're downloading some audio, and they're being engaged in their program. They're completing exercises, and we pause the program every 2 or 3 topics, and we come in and coach and talk about the applications to their business, their KPIs, the things that they want to achieve. So all of the programs are here. Programs in different languages are here, so please assume that if we need programs in Hindi or any other languages, we can accommodate. E-learning is available here as well. And then last but not least, I would also, well, I'll just take you down the bottom of the website here. If you come down to the very bottom in the footer of the website, you can see a link here to becoming a partner. That would lead you to this particular website, which is specifically about how to join us and the things that we offer. So it's primarily you can work with Satan and me. You know, obviously, we're here. If you want to just gather a little bit of extra information, Gary talks nicely about what the model, probably better than me, frankly, about what the model looks like. And then there's a lot of content here for you to come in and understand the opportunity, understand the resources, what we offer you, some reviews, how to create your own business, obviously everything that you need to know about the business. So you can book calls and get a little bit more information over here. Now, let's come to some harder information, and then I'll hand back for a Q&A and for Satam and me to answer you. India is a big country. There is an enormous amount of opportunity in India. Our marketplace really is maybe the top 500, top 1,000 companies in India. And so we break things down into regions and then into districts. From there, the standard investment to buy a license that gets the full inventory of programs. It's some 11 programs. We supply inventory for you as well. In fact, we have a special bonus offer at the moment because I will be in India next week. So if this is something that you're serious about, perhaps you can come and see me. I will be at the trade show. I'll be in Delhi for 3 days working. We've got some people that are already joining us. If you want to jump in and join us next week and get involved in the training, radically short notice, we understand, but we've got some incentives and we add inventory and all sorts of other cool resources for you to make a fast start in the business. The inventory that we add is designed for you, that when you've finished the learning process, you can take it straight out to the market and start capturing back the monies that you've invested in the license. So you'll see down here, the investment includes a whole bunch of things, and it's 49,950. So it's an important. It's not an inexpensive investment, but really for what you receive and for the ongoing support that you have, we consider it a very, very fair investment. And it's what Satam and I call a foundation price point. When someone like us launches in a country, we often discount around 30%, just until the first half dozen or 10 people have joined us, and then the price goes back up to the market rate that is elsewhere in the world. So you'll see that there, and there's a lot more information where that came from if it's something of interest for you. Well, thank you very much for listening. That's hard work, guys, because you're staring at yourself. I'm staring at Satam. I'm talking to the screen. I don't know how it comes across. I hope it comes across okay. I want you to know that we're genuine. And in closing, I feel very, very happy and passionate about the next 10 years in India, and we're going to do big things there. I hope a couple of you here are listening and are really excited to join, and maybe even can make it to Delhi next week. So thanks, Satam.
Yeah, absolutely, Andrew. And thank you so much for giving that insights. It was quite a detailed presentation, and you touched based on the programs as well, because I see a question from the audience of what all it covered. So you beautifully covered that. Of course, in a knowledge-based business, a lot of more digging deeper is required, and that's what next steps from here would be, where we will invite everyone to kind of have one-on-one conversations with yourself and me and the teams, and we'll try and answer them, give them more insights on the exciting opportunity. But I would like to take some questions from the audience, while there were, some specific questions regarding sharing information, which we will, of course, do after the webinar. But I would really like to start with this, Mr. Praveen asked us, what skills are we looking at from a partner to be eligible for, to become a licensee? Also, in terms of, Andrew, if you can talk about, what are the ideal profiles that you would have brought on board and they have turned out to be the best partners with Brian Tracy. So if you can give us some insights there, that will really be helpful.
Yeah, good questions. Excellent questions. Somebody to be successful in this space needs to have had a fair degree of experience in either the corporate world, where they've been involved in sales, marketing, leadership, managing people. They've had some experience. They've perhaps even been around training, mentoring, and coaching. Typically, in my experience, this person is over the age of 40. They've built up enough credibility, and they've been in an environment to learn all the relevant things that they need to learn to be able to confidently present our services. Somebody could certainly come from a business background where they've been self-employed, or they've been in a family business as well. Anywhere that you've got real world experience, so that you can talk to business owners, small to large, about the challenges that they have. Most of our challenges are emotional. Really, we don't get into the weeds of how a business runs and all of the levers. We spend a lot of time talking about the psychology, why people are performing, why they're not performing, the culture of the business. But in saying that, we need to be able to ask excellent questions. And those excellent questions need to be asked, frankly, in a sequential order, a bit like Sherlock Holmes. We teach you that. We teach you the entire sales process. If there is one thing that Brian Tracy has been known for before I came along, it is sales training. We are the world's best in this category, and you would expect and demand that we have an excellent process to train you on how to go out to the market. You do not need to be a wise salesperson. You don't. Sales is a learned process. You need to have an excellent attitude. That's probably the number one thing that we're looking for, somebody with a positive mindset, somebody that wants to, is passionate about exploring and helping others. The most successful people are curious. They enjoy talking about businesses and the nuances of, again, why some businesses are more successful than other businesses. What are the attributes they have? So I hope that helps to some extent answer who the ideal profile is. Again, if you go back to the briantracylicensing.com, and maybe Neha can put that in the box, briantracylicensing.com. There's a great introduction there about the ideal partner. I can tell you who is not the ideal partner in this business, and that's probably just as helpful. Tam is nodding. It's somebody that wants to use a catalog, or somebody who wants to use online approaches to the marketplace. You need to be somebody that's willing to get out there, talk to people, shake hands with people, and meet, and you enjoy, being, shall we say, a leader. You've earned your stripes. You're already a leader, and as part of the application process, we don't want you to waste your money. We desperately do not want that. And we certainly don't want to have people join us who fail in India over the next few years. So as part of the application process, we actually have a behavioral profile that's benchmarked against the successful people that we have around the world. And so if you complete that 30-minute assessment, we will know whether you fit or don't fit. And if it is a fit, we'd like to keep talking to you and explaining the model to see if it looks. I could get into the psychometric profile right now. I won't. So Tam knows that it's a deeper issue, but there's a very small investment for that particular profile. It's not even more than $20 US. So you can do that profile and just see, and we'll send you a 45-page report that looks at your communication skills and your values and your motivators and decision-making process. So I can promise you we have that completely squared away as part of the process.
Great insights there, Andrew. And just to add on to that, what we have seen in a knowledge-based business is, that passion and, that commitment to bring a change in others' life is the most essential element that we are looking at in a partner. Rest, as Andrew said, you don't have to be good at sales to be a sales trainer. You go through that learning process, you understand the proven concepts and systems that have helped global organizations, and you get to implement that in organizations, and that what works. So if you're committed to build a profitable, sustainable corporate training business for yourself, and you have an active interest to it, schedule a call with us and we will walk you through all the details. We will evaluate our personality. For us, it's just not about making a sale or bringing a partner on board. It's also about qualifying whether you are eligible to become a partner with us or not. So more than, Andrew would say, more no's than yeses to us, because, we don't want to compromise on the brand value that we bring to the table. But at the same time, we really want to focus on bringing real results to businesses around the globe. And that's why we need committed partners for it. So that would be my take on it. Andrew, there's a question from Akash where he talks about, technology these days is a key component of businesses. Is there any program which gives an overview, provides insights into key initiatives organizations should undertake?
Yeah.
So
there's not any one program, Akash. Technology and the ability to I think if you're asking, these questions disappeared. Oh, it's gone. That's okay. we have technology inside the business model that allows us to deliver the programs in different ways. I encourage you to go to briantracysolutions.com and have a look at the different ways. And perhaps for you, particularly have a look at the e-learning program there, the micro-learning that's available on mobile phones that has some AI, social intelligence, and all sorts of other characteristics that are going around with it. I'm the first guy that likes new IT, and anything that we can innovate with, we definitely have available there. We believe strongly in the style of learning that we actually present to our customers, and we'll talk about that more later to interested parties and the way that we develop it. But for Amar, what is the USP of the program and who are the other competitors? There's always competitors in any field. That would be up to you to go take a look around it. Who's involved at our levels of corporate training around the world? You might find some people in Europe. You'll certainly find some people in the United States. There are companies that have been around. Few companies take the risk of licensing their product out. They'd rather keep it in-house like IBM. So IBM could be considered a competitor. They have staff that go out and deliver the training programs. We tend to do both, where we deliver the programs and we have licensed partners that deliver the programs. The reason we do that is so that we can get scale globally. Can we sell online courses? Yes, but not as an affiliate partner. No, someone needs to be licensed to be expert in our content to go ahead and sell our training programs. So I hope that answers that question. What sets Brian Tracy apart from Vivek, from other coaching businesses in this space? Well, to begin with, Vivek, we're not in the coaching space. We kind of are, but that's always after the training. We're in the training space, the corporate training space. So we're not into one-to-one coaching. I've been there. I understand it. I even coach coaches. The challenge there is that you've got one client, maybe you've got 10 clients, and you need to see that client 2 to 4 hours a month in the coaching business. Me, I'm a little bit greedy and selfish. I want 10 people in a room paying me $20,000. I want them there for 1 day or 2 days, and I want to be finished. And then I want to support them from a coaching perspective after. I will promise you with 20 years of experience that corporate training is considerably more lucrative if you know how to get the business than is one-to-one coaching. One-to-one coaching has its place, and it's extremely important for individual coaching and for small and medium-sized businesses. We tend to get involved in that after. And to tell you the truth, there's some really good coaches out there, and Satam has those coaches. Maybe they can actually help facilitate after we've finished our training if we want to stay aligned to what our core business is. Anonymous attendee is a physical office set up mandatory to run this business? No. You can run this business with very low overheads. I love this business from a commercial perspective. High margins, low overheads, no staff, unless you want commission salespeople or commission trainers. I have a colleague in Singapore. He has 4 trainers working with him, and the only market that he specializes in is telcos. So he has 4 trainers. He only talks to big businesses from British Telecom to Orange to Japanese companies, and he only talks to them, and he only offers sales and leadership training. So in business, we kind of call that inch wide, mile deep. So if you've got some expertise in another field, I reckon we can bring that expertise and find the channel for our programs here. Praveen asks a sensitive question. How many partners do we have globally and how many of those are successful? That's a question, Praveen, we'll probably take offline and talk to you one-to-one. Suffice to say, we've been around a long time. And if I just let you know that I've already coached over 300 people from different parts of the world. That'll give you some kind of ideas. And that was, it's not that long ago either. So, you know, licensed partners, to be frank, are people we love, and we love to have them as our partners because they've been through a fair degree of screening to be our partners. In India, you know, I would imagine over 10 years we'll have 100 partners. Maybe more, I don't know, but that's what I would imagine. So it's just not something that we offer for most people. We'll take people through an application process. We'll show them, we'll ask to role play. There's a bunch of things we do. We don't just take a check. And once somebody gets through the criteria, we're 100% confident that they'll be successful. So I hope that answers that question for you.
Yes, it does, Andrew. And thank you so much for taking all of those questions so patiently and giving all your insights. But, you know, one question that I had from the audience was, you know, maybe in terms of investments, what are the kind of investments that we are looking at? So with your due permission, can I take that at my end?
Yes. Yeah. Satyam, you're best at it. Go for it.
So everyone, you know, while we've spoken about the opportunity in detail, the potential in this industry, and if you look at, you know, see, coaching, consulting, training, all of these are very complementing product. But if you'll ask Andrew or anyone who does it at a global level, the most sellable professional service is training. You know, training is always a need of an organization when it comes to training, when it comes to sales, or when it comes to planning, when it comes to goal setting, when it comes to personality development. All these are always an integral part of it, not only at an organization level, but even now we see in India, you know, in the other businesses that we do, we also see a lot of small and medium business owners are always looking at training solutions. Even individuals at their you know, at their end would like to invest in upskilling and, you know, upgrading themselves. So training is one of the most purchased, I would say, professional services at a global level. So there is a big market for it. And when you add the brand of, you know, a leading player, you know, when you add Brian Tracy's name to it, it just becomes more credible, because it's just not you as an individual who's going to sell or, you know, facilitate a program. You're bringing global legacy with you. But as Andrew also mentioned that, you know, we train you that, you know, you can sell that program in your own capacity as well. But maybe at an initial level, it's the brand that gives you that visibility. And then, you know, using our systems and processes, you become so equipped that you can do that at an ease at your end. So currently, if I talk about the business models, there are two business models that we are operating in India. We are calling for regional license owners, where you have exclusive rights for a region and you can appoint sub-licensees under yourself, or you can directly facilitate training sessions, or at the same time, you can wholesale our products and make margins on it. So it is up to you whether you choose to do all by yourself, or you want to create a team of sub-licensees and work through them, and you make margins against that. The second model that we are looking at is more at a district level, where you own a district and you run the business in that exclusive district. So you are focused on building one particular city, and you provide all the services that Brian Tracy Solutions offer in that particular city. So these are the two models, and depending upon the model that you choose, depending upon the region where you're looking at, of course, you know, a Mumbai or a Delhi NCR would be very differently priced from, you know, typically a tier 2, tier 3 city in India. So depending upon the region, depending upon the license that you're looking at, we decide on the price points of the investments. But typically our investment starts from about 35,000 US dollars, and it can range up to about 100,000 US dollars, depending upon the city or the license that you're looking at. At the same point in time, we have done our maths, and, you know, being in this knowledge business, what we've seen is, you know, anyone, irrespective of the license that they choose, irrespective of the investment category that they get into, all you need is about 5 to 6 clients at an initial level, and you break even within the first 12 to 16 months. So that's the kind of potential a business like this can bring. if you want to know more, I've shared my contact details in the chat box. Schedule a one-on-one conversation with us. Not only we will give you insights on the product and offering, we will do a detailed 30-minute discussion on how an ROI on a business like this works. We will give you detailed projections on how each month, each week would look for you in terms of revenues and in terms of expenses. So I hope that gives you some idea of what are the kind of licenses we are inviting and, the price points attached to it. We have also opened, because I see a lot of participations from our partners and audience from the UAE market as well. Andrew is open to have direct discussions in that market also. So if you would like to know more, I've already shared Andrew details in the chat box, his email ID, or you can reach out to us and we will be happy to get you on a call with Andrew to discuss that at length as well. So what is a region? If I have to design a region, it can be a cluster of districts or it can be a state altogether. So, as I said, there is a district license where you own rights for a particular city. But by a region, I can say, it can be a cluster of districts or it can be a state altogether. So I hope that answers the question. Perfect. Also, yeah, at an initial level, because of, the network that we at Franchise India Knowledge Services really bring in, we help you at an initial level in terms of your marketing and sales by facilitating a launch event, by giving you opportunities to speak at various Franchise India forums. All of you, if you're going to be there on the 18th and 19th, you would see some of our coaches live in action at the conferences as well. So yes, we do give opportunities and we do pass on leads. But, again, our core focus is to train you and tell you on how you can do it at yourself so that you are not dependent upon anyone. The whole idea about getting into entrepreneurship is you decide what you want to do and how you want to do. So we support you in learning and giving you hand holding while you work this out at your end. So that's how it works. Yep. So I hope, that was, that gave you some insights on the opportunity. And I guess, we're closing into the 60th minute now, Andrew. So without taking much of your time, Andrew, I know you have you have had a busy day. You're already in the evening now for you. So any final comments for the audience, any final thing that you would like to tell the audience to kind of take it up from here and then bring on, discover the opportunity further?
Yeah, probably two things. I always like examples because I've been trained by Brian Tracy, so I like examples. Somebody recently joined us from Spain, and within 2 weeks, they have a contract now with Air Albania, which is on the other side of Europe. And the contract is to deliver leadership training over the next 12 months. So he's embedded now, and that's an example of winning some business and getting a very fast return on capital, frankly speaking. I know that that's going to be possible in India. The last thing that I would say is I believe in the spirit of entrepreneurialism and being self-directed and self-motivated. We are not here to tell you that Brian Tracy Solutions is the only thing that you need to do or the only thing that you can do with a license. It's a license for our toolbox of resources, which obviously gets the support, sales, marketing tools, lead generation tactics, anything that we know you'll know. But if you would like to have a separate business or a separate component to the way that you'd like to build your life, build your wealth, you're welcome to. We don't want to hold you back from achieving more. We certainly feel we've got a great product that you can focus on exclusively, but should you see other things, you can definitely bring them in. Whereas I think a lot of franchise systems, they tie you up and they say, oh, we just want you to exclusively do this. You're not allowed to do anything else. Well, that's not the way that we operate. So I think flexibility is really important in today's market. And we present a business value proposition that is oriented around that. So that's it for me, Satam. On BTS. I'd love to talk to anybody that's interested, perhaps meet next week. And I'm sincerely grateful and looking forward to building our business in India. And I hope that somebody on the line here would like to proceed into the next phase of learning. Thank you.
Absolutely, Andrew. And, I would say, I think everything is happening at the right time. While we do this webinar, I want to, let everyone know that Andrew is with us next week, in India, and he's looking at facilitating the first training program because we have a couple of licensees on board. So probably the best time for you to think and take that decision. If you are someone who's excited about training as a profession, then I can trust me, this can be the right opportunity for you. And there couldn't be any better start than to undergo a live training with Andrew himself while he's here. So the opportunity today was to give you insights, give you an understanding of what we at Brian Tracy Solutions really stand for. Let's over the next couple of days schedule our calls, give us an opportunity to share more information with you, and let's see if you can be on the program next week with Andrew. We have limited slots available, a couple of more, I would believe, and we look forward to welcoming you to the team. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time today. Thank you so much, Andrew. I know again it's late evening, but really appreciate that all of the effort that you put in for us to get us started. But I'm sure, the vision that you have for India, the demand that we have in India, Brian Tracy Solutions is going to be the next big thing in the knowledge space for sure here.
Yeah, thanks, Satan. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neha and the Franchise India team for giving us the opportunity. Back to you, Neha.
Thank you, Satyam. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Mr. Andy, for joining in. Guys, Mr. Andrew and Mr. Satyam, they tried to answer almost all your questions which were being shared by you into the Q&A box. Even Satyam has dropped his digit into the chat window. If you want to connect with him for one-to-one discussion, you can directly reach out to him. The team is going to connect with you within today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, again, we are coming up with a great business opportunity for all of you. And I would request Satyam to give us a little intro about the business opportunity with Mars and Venus. We are going to discuss tomorrow because Satyam is going to lead this webinar again tomorrow. Over to you, Satyam.
No, so I won't lead this, someone from my team actually would. Shivani from our team would lead this.
Okay.
But, when you talk about coaching as a solution, gender-based intelligence is something that you need to look at. And we at Franchise India are very proud to announce our association with Mars Venus Coaching, which is all about gender-based coaching, a pure life and relationship building coaching program. So tune in tomorrow at 12 p.m. and we'll give you more details on it.
Also, I've dropped the registration link into chat window. Just click on that link and get yourself registered in advance to join us tomorrow to explore this business opportunity with Mars and Venus. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. I hope that we try to explain you the business opportunity in detail, and I'm sure that you're going to take back something from this webinar today. I hope that you will all have a wonderful week ahead and a wonderful day also. Thank you once more.